All right, thank you and welcome back. Still on Electoral Commission, INEC, based on what we have really gathered on Anambra governorship election. Do you know that Independent National Electoral Commission has said that it will not be deploying electoral materials and personnel in 86 of the 572 polling units in Anambra State during the November 6th governorship election. If this thing actually happens, that 86 polling units will not be filled with electoral materials, then how many polling units will be conducting the election? Well, this was as a result of the incident that took place that voters were not really registered in this 86 polling units. And this is coming from the desk of the INEC chairman, Professor Ahmud Yakubu, who deployed this. He said this on Friday in Abuja at a special consultative meeting with political parties. He said that there are yet no registered voters in the affected units. Well, if this happen to be as it is, that means how many polling units or how many voters will really come out to come and vote. Hence, this 86 polling units, there's no electoral material that will be given to them because there's no election over that. It is obviously seen that the election will not be held over there, and no other person will go there to vote because those people or those polling units, there's no register. They have no register. They are not being registered. And the disclosure came as a Nigerian Security and the Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) also announces that the deployment of 20,000 officers and men to complement sister security agencies in ensuring a free, fair, and credible election in the state. Meanwhile, the Commandant General of the Corporate and the Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Adi disclosed this on yesterday in Abuja, saying that his keynote address that at the opening of a 3-day trainers capacity building and electoral workshop in preparation for the Anambra Guba election. They are really preparing ahead of time, and there are flash points that he made. He said that the corps, in collaboration with other security agencies, have deployed strategies to checkmate any act of electoral violence and other inferious activities capable of undermining the electoral process, saying that any act of sabotage and negative tendencies to frustrate democracy and good governance in this election will definitely be dealt with. Well, this was what he says. Also, he make a striking fact. He associated with the election as being aggravated by other security threats, such as he said, separatist agitators, that is IPOB, okay, saying that kidnapping and thuggery, ballot box snatching, and not electoral fraud. Therefore, they are working tooth and nail. They are working vividly to ensure effective monitoring before and during the election, after the election as well. And the NSCDC will be deploying over 20,000 officers and men for the conduct of the election. The personnel also to be deployed for this national assignment will be drafted from all the South and Southeast state commands to join their counterpart in Anambra State. This is coming from his desk also. He also said, in addition, that personnel from Kogi, Ekiti, Ondo, and Benue have been placed on standby in case there is need for reinforcement. All right, the corps shall deploy officers from the special forces, saying that such as the armed squad unit, counter-terrorism unit, and the anti-vandal unit, intelligence and investigation channel unit, SWAT unit, chemical, biographical, radiological, and explosive units. Okay, these are things put in place just because of this Guba election in Anambra State. It's really gonna be so, I will not say it will not be tough, but it will be something that government are really prepared that there must be election. And some people saying that there will not be election, and now even the voters, they are not yet registered. Out of these 86 polling units, there will not be election in those areas. And how many polling units are there in Anambra State? to all the key points in the state of security and to protect lives and property. That have been their aim, and to a sensitive and non-sensitive electoral material all to be secured, and electoral officials and all official assets against vandalism, damage, or assault attack. This is coming from Odi. He also said that while elections were not held in 80-seat polling unit, INEC said it would meanwhile conduct the exercise in other units, including 896 polling units, which have less than 50 registered members. Imagine. Okay, other 884 polling units that have really gotten registered members, they are not up to 50. Okay, they are less than 50. That means, well, how many people are going to really vote? And people and the IPOB are saying that must be sit at home. And government are saying we are assuring you peace, security, and all the things. We are coming with our security personnel. Come out and vote in mass. And people are coming out to come and vote are less than 50 in those 896 polling units. And Yakubu also said that 3 weeks ago that the commission published the register of voters for the Anambra governorship election on 17th October 2021. Okay, that is 30 days to the election as required by law. Each of the 18 political parties was given a soft copy of the register. Okay, and in addition to meeting the requirement of the law, the representation of the register is significant for another reason, saying that the Anambra governorship election will be the very first election that voting is taking place in polling units since the recent successful conversion of a voting point arising from the expansion of the voter access to polling unit in Nigeria, and saying that in addition that over 1,112 polling units were established in Anambra State, and out of that 86 are not being registered by the voters, and in addition to the existing 4,608 locations. This brings the total number of polling units in the state over 5,720. Meanwhile, voters were encouraged to seize the opportunity of the continuous voter registration known as CVR exercise to transfer to the new polling unit most convenient for them, saying that many did not do so. This can be partly attributed to the security situation in the state. Of course, there has been this security threat in Anambra State, and government are really saying, we must surely protect you, and the election must surely hold, which has affected the Commission's pre-election outdoor activities, including voter education and sensitization. Undoubtedly, the voters have also been more circumspect in asking for transfer to polling unit because of what? Because they are afraid of insecurity, they're afraid of so many things, and they are saying, let us be transferred to another polling unit. At the same time, the commissioner did not use his power under section 42 of the Electoral Act of 2010 as amended, okay, to allot voters to the new polling unit, saying that in order to minimize the disruption that may occur from such a decisive also from such a decision in view of a forthcoming governorship election. And consequently, out of the 5,720 polling units in Anambra State, over 86, that is 1.5%, have not vote, have not really, have no voters. They have no voters, and for that reason, the commission will not be deploying personnel and material to these polling units, saying that 894, that is 15.6% of the polling units have between 1 and 49 voters. Election were held in those polling units. We will continue to work, as it said, with all stakeholders to ensure that all polling units have voters allotted to them and ahead of the 2023 general election. He also said that the commissioner has approved and moved all non-sensitive material for the election to the 21 local government area of Anambra State, saying that actually the Central Bank of Nigeria is handling the delivery of sensitive materials to the state unscheduled. And our state office in Oka is arranging for stakeholders to inspect the materials at the premises of the CBN in Oka. Okay, CBN have already done great by doing this, as in the case in all elections, the sensitive materials are moved under security escort to each location. But now they say they'll do it by themselves. Government areas from where they are distributed to the registration areas and the ward, and finally to polling units on election day. This is coming right from the desk of Yakubu, and they have really made this. He have disclosed this, saying that CBN, they are in charge to distribute these electoral materials to locations. And in CBN in Oka, he said that as a case of in election, that the sensitive materials are being moved by security escort to each location. But now CBN and they are involved in this. In fact, all personnel in Nigeria are really working well to make sure that this election in Anambra is fruitful, is going to be well and secured. All right, my good people, I would like to call it a day from here without wasting much of your time. Please do well to send in your take. What do you have to say in this regard? Elections will not hold over 86 polling units in Anambra State comes 2021 November 6 to go by election in the state. Let me have your take from here, my good people. Please do well to tap on the subscription button and then share for more updates. Thank you and God bless you.